Hey, I'm Ryan McRae. I'm a voracious reader and hopeful writer. And let's talk about books. Today I'm talking about The Will of the Many by James Islington. If you were to take Red Rising and Hunger Games and throw them in a particle accelerator and just smash them together, this is what you would get, plus also a lot more. This is a chonker of a book. It's about 688 pages. This is the first book in the Lycanis series, so it's a trilogy, and I have broken one of my main rules and read this book without the other two being published. I usually don't do that. You can ask Patrick Rothfuss why I don't do that. So this is the first book, and it is set in a fantasy world where basically the Roman Empire has taken over the entire planet, and they have what's called will. And so you would, if you were the lowest caste in this empire, you're an octavi. So you just give your life force, your will, just a bit of it, up one rank, and then which is called a septimus. And then they give their will up one rank to a sextus, and they give their will up one rank to a quintus. And so it kind of builds this terrible, awful pyramid scheme where, of course, the emperor has millions of people's will, just a portion of it. And what that will does, it not only raises you up politically, but you're able to do just more, I guess you'd call it magic with it, but you're also an enhanced human. So you can be stronger, you can use will up to be faster, that sort of thing. So if you're going to fight up the ranks, literally, they just get stronger and stronger as you go. So that's how the magic system works. Artifacts are built on will. Objects are, you can do little things with it. But that's not what the story is about. There's not a lot of focus on that. But let me tell you what this is about. There's an orphan named Viz who is a prince of one of the lands that the hierarchy, the Roman Empire dupe, has kind of, had been taken over. So he's this ex-prince, and he's an orphan, and he is trying to get his revenge on the hierarchy. He is trying to shut down the hierarchy. But he's just one guy. And he's in an orphanage. And he's trying to figure out how can he dismantle the whole organization. So in the orphanage, he gets adopted by a quintus, someone who's high up in the hierarchy. And he gets adopted, and he's like, this is weird, really, 17-year-olds don't get adopted. This is super sketchy. And it's revealed, hey, his new dad tells him, not only are you're my son now, but you're going to attend the Cadmus Academy. And he's like, this is like, okay. And he's not telling him who his identity is. He doesn't want to say, hey, Dad, I'm going to overthrow your government. He keeps that on the down low. And his new dad says, hey, I want you to not only go to the academy, but you have to graduate. You have only the summer to graduate first in your class. And then, if you graduate first, you get your first pick on any position in the hierarchy. You can join whoever you want, but I want you to join this. I want you to pick this job. And also, my kid brother wound up dead at this academy, and I want you to investigate the principal there. And I want you to kind of search the grounds. There's some weird ruins I want you to check out. So Viz is like, you want me to go to your sketchy academy. You want me to get first in class, which I've never studied anything for this. I mean, he's well read, but he's not, he's been an orphan all of his life. He doesn't have a lot of, picks on his schooling. And then, so first in class, investigate the ruins, solve your brother's murder, and what happens if I don't? Well, you're going to go to prison for the rest of your life and be drained of all your will. Awesome. Cool. That tracks. So Viz is forced into this academy, and he has to rise to the top quickly. He has no friends. He has no political, leverage because he was an orphan. So he's just got to figure it out as it goes. He's terrible at making friends. He's always been very solo. So he has to change and shift and use his cunning to move up. but also he has to fulfill all the other obligations as well. So it's kind of like he's got to be Jason Bourne while he graduates from Yale and Harvard at the same time, and keep his cover. Because if anybody picks up that he's a prince, he's done. This book is fast-paced. I know it's a chonker, 688 pages, but I got through this pretty quickly. James does not info dump on you. Brandon Sanderson, take note. He explains things very eloquently. He does not overwhelm you with a lot of stuff you have to figure out later. If you're confused on page 7, he's going to have a nice explanation in page 11 or 12. And that's how the book just leads you on this path that Viz is on to really start taking over the hierarchy. What can he do to break this system? I loved it. I just think it's really tight writing. I love Hunger Games. I love Red Rising. So this was right up my alley. Let me tell you what I did not like about this book. What I did not like about this book is that I don't have the other two. So I'm going to be first in line at the bookstore when this comes out. I got a hankering for the next 2 books. James, if you can hear me, I hope you're tippy-tappy writing right now and getting that to your editor. Ryan needs the next book. I need the next book, James. If you love action stories, if you love intrigue and mysteries, this blew me out of the water, and I'm kind of mad at myself. It's been sitting on my shelf forever, and I finally picked it up. So if you're looking for a great book, The Will of the Many, it is not going to disappoint you. And I'm Ryan McRae. I run a little newsletter that I've got down below where I just recommend more fantasy books. I talk about reading. I talk about writing, just things that I'm interested in, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. You can sign up down below. It's free. And, the old YouTube. If you like this, give me a little like, give me a little subscribe. I guess it appeases YouTube, which we should do. That's about all I've got. Thanks, my friends. Keep reading. I love this book so much.